your concern. I'm fine. Oh, wow. We'll talk later.
I know.
Thank you.
Aww.
Thank you.
Okay, right here.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you all for being here. My question is, Walking Dead was a well-established comic book before you walked into the roles. How did you get into making the characters your own and bringing them to life and really giving them a real-life image aside from just the 2D black and white that the fans were used to?
Go for it, Steve.
Actually for me, and I don't know how anybody else views it, but I think it's a testament to really good casting. And, the casting directors did an amazing job. The producers did an amazing job. And what's great is they also, regardless of how much we might have looked like the comic book characters or might have acted like the comic book characters when we read the scripts, they picked really good people. And I think, you walk onto our set, you can ask any seasoned actor when they walk onto our set, and they'll be like, this set... What was the question? It's just good people. Good people. Good people making a good show. So thank you.
Right here.
Madison, I love you, baby doll. Thank you for my son's hug. He will talk about that for the next 10 years. He will also be the envy of his school, so thank you for that. Norman, man, you were one badass motherfucker. Jeffrey DeMunn, I've been watching you since I was about my son's age. I have a question. Are you more afraid of the Lovecraftian monsters in the mist, or are you more scared of the zombies now?
Oh, the zombies.
Okay, question back here.
So you have a question to get me crucified.
Go ahead, you can tell her.
This is gonna sound lame, but I'm seriously nobody. Like, every single person that has left has been really terrible and rough. People, like I said before, good people making a good show, and you get to enjoy everyone, and you really love everyone, and for them to leave is a horrible tragedy. I remember when Jeff left, it was terrible, the night that we shot his death, and then the subsequent day that I had to shoot the scene where Glenn, kind of has that moment with Andrea about Dale being killed. That was like easy. You know what I mean? Like, it was easy to act because I wasn't really acting, it was just part of the thing. So thanks. Feels good.
I had a question for the people that worked on season 1. Frank Darabont really deserves so much credit for what he did to I was just wondering, for those that went from season 1 to season 2, I just felt, he really put the television series on the map. I was a fan of the comic book before it became a series, and I was really afraid of what it was going to turn into when I heard, you know, what it was going to be on AMC, and I was like, wow, what are they going to do to this? And then I saw Frank's name attached to it, and to me it led instant credibility. And then to find out that Frank was not involved in season 2, did that have any effect on the people that, I know like you, for instance, worked with him, you know, through various films. Did that have any effect, knowing that he was not going to be back for 2? Or is it just a job and you just go forward with the people that are running it?
Oh, no, it was 100% about Frank. I mean, you asked how did we get into the characters. What we were handed were, and believe me, I've been doing this a lot of years, we were handed extraordinary scripts. And if you just followed the script, there you go, baby, you're on it, because he wrote it. And yeah, it was, I was there because Frank asked me to be there, as was almost every other individual involved. So when you remove that, well, picture what might happen.
I'll definitely say second season was really rough on all of us. I think, you know, you can't replace someone like Frank Darabont, but what I can say, and Norman can, I'm sure, back me up on this, which is, you know, the third season is a different beast, but just as great. And with that, Glenn Mazzara kind of taking over, he isn't trying to replace Frank, but he's trying to make it what he can. It's definitely going to be amazing.
Who has a question out here? Over here.
Oh, hi, I'm John.
Hi, John.
Unfortunately died. How did you feel knowing when you figured out that your character was going to be killed off? Were you excited because you were going to be eaten by a zombie, or was it?
I'll take that one. You know, for me, I was just so excited to even be on the first season and to be involved with a project that had Frank and Jeff and Andy and Sarah and Laura and all of these amazing people, and then meeting all of these new amazing people. I had been given a hint from the comic books that she died. I think on the show they definitely expanded my character, which was amazing, and I really appreciate it. But then, of course, in the actual shooting of the scene, it didn't really hit me that I was dead until I was dead, in a way. And then I really realized, like, looking up at my friends, that was it, that I was actually never gonna see them again. But it was great, in a way. You know, it was also really great in a way. I think that if I had to be killed, I was glad that it happened the way it did, and I'm glad I had a mini resurrection and then was killed again.
Okay. Who else has a question? Right here.
Question for Jeff. I'm wondering about the filming of your death scene. It was so visceral. It felt extremely real, and I'd like to hear about how you guys went into how that illusion was created and how it was for you to act in that.
Well, that was literally visceral, wasn't it? Well, it was sort of a happy happenstance that Greg Nicotero was directing his first episode. And Greg, as you probably all know, is the man who knows how to make that stuff sell. So it was, I was in very good hands there. I had someone who was the best in the business at creating that illusion, and someone who was an old friend as well. So, does that really answer your question? Probably not.
He had blood. He had blood, fake blood. No fake guts. Yeah.
Who had the question over here? Go ahead.
My daughter, she loves Norman. She thinks he's great.
Call me.
Just wonder what it's like. Me and my son are huge Boondock Saints fan, but we're trying to get your action figure to take to her back there. Man, you sell out like crazy. What's the Walking Dead did for you in your career? I mean, is it just exploded or what? Because you seem like super popular out there now.
Well, I mean, it definitely made, I guess, me have an action figure. That was kind of cool. But I mean, actually, it did more than that because, I mean, you know, I did a film right when we first started season 3. I had a little time off and I did a film, and it was like it had some big names in it, and it was a really cool film. And I was on that set and I was looking at all these actors that I knew all their stuff, and everyone's sitting in their chairs like with their Blackberries with this pissed off look on their face and just bitching about everything. And all I wanted to do was go back to Georgia, you know. And it definitely made, you know, me more popular, I guess, that way. But it sort of renewed my faith in being in this business because. I mean, if you do this for a while, you go through a slump of you're like, man, what the fuck is this? You know, you're like, I mean, there's parts you love and parts you don't love, and it's a blast to be able to do it. But I don't know, being on this show, and I mean, every single tier, every single department is so dedicated and just so on their game, you know, and the actors all love each other, and the writing's great, and it's just a joy to go to work. So besides the action figure and stuff, like I'm having the time of my life right now. So it changed a whole bunch of stuff for me, to be honest.
Right here.
First of all, I'm a huge fan of the show, and especially Steven and Mark. My question's for Norman. Who do you think would win in a fight, Daryl Dixon or Norman Bateman?
I think they'd probably exchange some blows and then probably end up in a bar drunk on Jameson or something. I mean, there's, you know, I think they just start cracking up after a while and get along, I think. So.
Over here, Chris.
Question for Norman. Now that people have brought up the Boondock Saints in here, has there been any word on part 3?
Well, I heard that Troy's writing part 3 right now.
Nice.
And hopefully he'll finish it before I'm too old to remember that fucking prayer.
Who else? Right here.
This question for Steven.
Yeah.
Have you read issue 100 yet?
If I haven't read it, I've been told it. No spoilers, sorry. I have read it. It's great.
Okay. In the back, in the middle.
Shaun of the Dead. No. And I don't know.
Over here.
My question's for Norman, actually. This is the character of Daryl, since he's an original character. What was your kind of like your inspiration?
Well, it was, you know, I did The Conspirator right before I started season 1, so I was already talking with the thing, you know. So I just kind of rolled into that. But I mean, it was, you know, Frank and I never spoke about Daryl. We never had a single conversation about him. And I don't know if he just trusted me or was curious or had plans to kill me off right away. Like, but you know, I tried to, you know. I mean, it was written, you know, buck you, basically. And I tried to, sorry for the kids in the audience. But, you know, I tried to tear up a little bit in between throwing squirrels at people and, you know, make it seem like he's a guy that lost his big brother. So, you know, you know, our writers are cool in the fact that if you have an idea and you get the opportunity, like in a film, you go from here to here, but in TV, you all of us, I think, can say this. You kind of get this these opportunities to drop little seeds here and there, and hopefully they'll turn into little plants on the way, and people will notice, and so people will take care of those plants. So that happened with me a bit on the show, like Carol bending down to kiss me on the forehead, like flinching, like she's gonna hit me, and now I have an abused storyline. So things are happening, but I don't know. I mean, there's a little bit of me and Daryl, so I'm very socially awkward, and it kind of works,
Okay, right here in the black and red.
Yes, I would like to thank all of you for coming, and firstly, you guys are amazingly nice. You're great people. Jeff, I appreciate your compliment on my zombie makeup. Steve, I hope you got your breakfast. And Madison, this question's for you, actually. What was your initial feeling when you were told that you were going to work with such absolutely wonderful people? And, how did you react to that? What went through your head? You're such a young girl, I couldn't imagine.
Well, I got the audition, okay, and it's for a zombie movie, so you're like, okay, you have no chance, but hey, why don't you audition? Why not? So, I auditioned for it or whatever, and 4 or 5 days later, I think, my dad's like, Madison Liz from The Walking Dead. I was like, wait, what? It was very surreal, and I didn't realize what I was getting myself into in a good way until I actually got to set, and I was like, this is gonna be good.
Okay, along the wall.
I guess this question's directed more towards Norm. Where's Merle and what's he doing?
Right, good one.
That redneck brother of mine will show up again, and he'll be pissed. He's got a really good storyline this year. He's killing it. Everybody's stories are really rich this year. Who's killing it? It's Chandler. That kid is killing it this year. But yeah, he's out there. He's doing his thing, and we'll meet him. I can't tell you anything, but you'll definitely see Merle. He's a larger than life dude. You know what I mean? So.
Okay, along the back.
Yes, my question is for, I'm supposed to land, sorry, Stephen.
Oh, yeah.
Norman, now that you, in season 3, you find yourselves in this prison, fairly large, secure, more or less, facility, and you've got an adversary, a serious antagonist like the governor, anybody who knows. Do you finally, as a group, manage to keep track of Carl?
I think that answers it by itself. That was more just a solid setup punch right there. It's gonna be good.
Right here.
Yeah, this is for Jeff. Ever since you did that Stephen King movie, do you have the urge to just run into places of business and scream, "There's something in the mist!"
I have done that 3 times.
Okay, right here.
Do you have any comments on seeing stuff?
For me?
Jeff?
Well, I hope I see him in hell.
Right here.
Yes, this is for Mr. Dunham. I've seen some of your earlier work, I've seen you in The Stand and the Green Mile and some other Stephen King stuff. And you've always had to play the voice of reason. And I was just wondering, why did you take the role of Chikatilis in Citizen X? Because it seems such a far departure from your normal characters that I've seen you in.
Yeah, that's what was exciting about that. Doing something that was, he was nuts. That guy he was so far over the edge that he didn't even know there ever had been an edge. So that was what attracted me, was his utter madness.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Right here in the front row.
Oh yes, I noticed in the lab, and by the way, I want to say all of you guys are great. I mean, together as a whole cast, and whenever something happened to somebody, Dale, Sophia, I felt like I was losing a part of my own family. I was crying like a little girl. Amen, sister.
I was too.
I noticed in the last season when Norman said that Rick has done all right by him, and I'm hoping to hopefully see Rick and you two and Daryl really come together in the third season. Are we going to be seeing a lot of that? You guys really kicking some ass out there?
We definitely have I hate to use the word bromance, I'm so sick of hearing that. But, the thing about that relationship is it's, everyone asks me, oh, are you his number two now? And Daryl started off, was like, let's go look for Sophia, I'm going now. And Rick's like, no, let's get together and form a plan. Screw that, I'm better off on my own. So he didn't need to do that, but I think that relationship is more
But you guys had the same goal.
We had the same goal,
For Sophia.
but it's also, there's a deeper, there's a brother thing there that I think you'll see something about, something sort of, kind of.
Oh, you guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Chicka chicka bow bow.
Okay, front row over here.
Hi, how you doing? Love all of this. I wanted to hear what you guys had to say about the new character show, as I am a big comic book dork. I want to know how you feel about her infections and also how her character is going to be portrayed. And also, real quick for Norman, you guys are going to prison. How are you going to feel about that? You can't fall into cages. That's not your personality.
Yeah, I mean, we're sort of looking at the prison like Club Med, you know what I mean? Like, it's nice to us. And Michonne, she's sexy.
That's right.
Denai's awesome. She's amazing. And if you guys saw the sneak peek, I mean, did you guys watch the sneak peek? She's awesome.
Right here.
Jeff, what has been your favorite role that you played in a Frank Darabont film? And do you have any plans of working again with him in the future?
He was asking what my favorite role is in Darabont films and if I plan to work with him in the future. Yeah, I just did a pilot with him. So we'll see where that goes. God, I don't have one I'd say as a favorite. They've all been fun. He's such a joy to work with. But yeah, I'm sorry I can't pick one and say that one is
The boy in the front row.
What was it like being, like the errand boy?
It was awesome. It was, as an actor, it was painful, but, I think as a character, it's cool because, you get to track Glenn from the first season where, he's kind of trying to figure out his place, and you see glimpses of what he's capable of, but him not really being able to put forth all that. And then second season, you kind of see him kind of fit more snug in his shoes, and then third season is going to be kind of growing on that arc and him kind of becoming what he can become. I can't tell you anything. So.
I have a question for Emma. Emma, have you gone skiing in the last few years?
He's referring to Frozen, if anyone has seen it. Wow, you guys are like 10 times more people than I actually saw in the movie theater. Awesome.
Yeah.
I have never gone skiing in my life, nor will I probably ever go skiing, because I spent 6 consecutive weeks on a ski lift 70 feet above the ground. I don't ever need to do that again.
I had that feeling.
Yeah.
Okay, right here.
Sorry.
I love the show. It's my favorite show. Daryl, if there's ever an
episode where we were under the cars, I got to have a little summer, so that was nice. Like, when you find out your fate, you look in the script and you find out you're gonna die. But Gail Anherd called us about a month before and told us. So I'm really thankful for that, because I could have just found out, like, on a script, and that would have been awful. But she was nice enough to call us, so I'm glad that happened.
Right here.
This question is for Norman. What's going on with Carol and Daryl in the show? Because it's obvious Sophia's death devastated you, so what's going on?
We're doing a spin-off. And we live in Central Park, and Bloomberg he's put out an announcement that the squirrels are all missing from the park. And we have a theme song, and it goes, Carol is sterile and Daryl is feral, a match made in hell.
Okay. In the back there.
Very important question. I want to know, a two-part question. Madison, where are you going to be for Halloween?
Yeah.
For the rest of everybody, do you ever get to be made up or dressed up like zombies just for fun?
I don't know what I'm gonna be for Halloween. I don't really think about it, because last year I did something with my friend. She was an owl and I was a mouse. But the year before that, I totally blanked out. It was like the day before, and I had no idea what I was gonna be for Halloween. It's like, that's like a problem, because it's a big problem, because everything's sold out at Park City. And you don't want to make like a homemade costume, because nobody likes homemade costumes. You get to go to Party City and pick out your thing, that's what you do. But if you don't know what you're gonna be and everything's sold out, you have a serious problem.
You're awesome.
You're awesome too.
Right here.
My question is for Stephen. Stephen, when you attended the first MONSTERMANIA with John, it was right at the end of season 1, and you said you wanted to see if you could get Glenn hooked up with a girl. So if we were able to hook that up for you and get you Maggie, is there any other requests that you have for MONSTERMANIA while you're here?
Thanks.
I don't know how this is going to manifest if I make these requests. They come true in the show? If I make a request here?
Yes.
We pull strings, Steve.
That's right.
I want another one.
Okay. Who else has a question? Someone this side. Here you go.
I'm sorry to throw you under the bus, Steve. I asked you yesterday about what was your favorite scene to shoot, and you honestly answered making out with Maggie.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering, the other members, if you could give me one of your favorite ones to shoot, whether it was fun or who you got to shoot with, or just the scene in general.
Oh, so this question wasn't to me, it was just to put me on blast.
It was making out with Maggie.
I'm afraid what Emma's answer is going to be.
I didn't make out with anyone. I do in life. It's okay. Gosh. I mean, in a strange way, I think my favorite scene was actually where I get attacked by the zombie, because it was just a very high energy scene. And everyone was running around screaming, and there was a lot of guns going off. But I also think it was one of the first scenes that pretty much everyone was all in the same scene together, which was really cool. And it was about me.
That's right.
Yeah, that was maybe the scene too. It was my first night shoot, and I was just, well, actually, it was my first night shoot. It was my first night shoot of Walking Dead, and I was just like so excited and hyped up, and I drank a lot of Red Bull. That's probably why I was so excited. But yeah, no, it was because it was like the first like scene we were all together, and it was really fun.
I think mine was cutting open the squirrel. Because they sent me to a taxidermist in Georgia to learn how to cut stuff up, and they got very detailed info that day. But I remember Guy, the director, looking at him and going, I want 100,000 people to just throw up in their mouth just a little bit, all at the same time. So that day was fun.
Okay. Right here.
Norman. I grew up watching stuff like Boondock Saints 1 and 2 and this and everything else. Question 1, why the hell aren't you in the Expendables?
Hey!
That would be awesome. I would love that. Is that the Schwarzenegger? I would do that in a heartbeat.
What classes did you have to take to become a professional hard ass for hire?
That's right.
You know, I think I was just super insecure when I started being an actor that I just glared at everyone all the time, and somehow that turned into an acting career. I don't know.
Yes, it does.
Okay, right here in the middle. Go ahead.
What?
What?
Norman.
What? That was, you didn't even take a breath. I didn't even try to think about it.
Okay. Back with the Phillies, next to the Phillies hat.
I practiced in my room a lot.
Okay, over here.
This question is for Norman. Daryl is a kill now, ask questions later type of guy. What do you think he would do if he came in contact with his zombie brother?
Oh, wow. He would kill it. I don't, I mean, he's always looking for his brother. I think he's probably assumes he's dead at this point. I mean, he does say, nothing can kill Merle but Merle. But I just, he would think, the world's taking a crap on his head again. He would probably just kill Merle and, go on.
Right here.
Yeah, given all the amazing practical effects from Rick Nicotero and his team, have there been any great pranks pulled on the set, either Nick Nicotero's team on the cast or the cast on one another?
Doesn't look like it.
I don't know, to be quite honest with you, I don't want to. It's so intense on set all the time that our blooper reel is probably just us cursing because we've messed up a line and not like, oh, this door won't open. Like, yeah, it's so funny. It's like, it's not that kind of stuff. It's like, you say like butter instead of like build it, and you're like, mother, and then it's like cut. Like, that's our blooper reel. It's just cursing. It's pretty intense. Everybody takes it pretty seriously. But, I don't know.
It's true, like, we'll get a new director and he'll, try to play a joke and no one laughs. We just
yeah. It's pretty intense. I mean, I think it shows. But I'll try something.
The boy in the middle here, with your hand up, blue shirt, looking around. No, it's to the boy in front.
What'd you say?
Are you all ready for season 3?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I knew something was up. Daryl knew something was up. He just didn't put all the pieces directly together. And being all infected, I think all of us felt betrayed. I mean, betrayed that he kept that secret and it wasn't his to keep. And I don't know, that was sort of like the changing point for Rick, that's when the Rick-tatorship started.
Right here in the middle.
This question for Emma Bo. When you have to die, do you still watch the show? And were you kissing the chippy too much?
Oh, wow. Why did I have to die? Great question. No, I had to die because Amy was a very, obviously, major part of Andrea, and in order for Andrea to be the awesome character that she is and will continue to be, she needed to lose me. So, yeah, more. Thank you. Oh, it's okay. I'm okay. The second question was what again? Do I watch the show? I do watch the show. I watch the show every week because, these are my friends, as well as being, and your friends. These are our friends, guys, and so we all need to support our friends. And sometimes I don't get to see these friends. What?
They don't show it on Dish.
Oh, okay. So I get to see them. And as far as your third question goes, now is not appropriate, but maybe later. Thank you.
Okay, we have time for just a couple more questions. Right here.
This question for Norm. I see that you have a manager. That's the 7-man injury.
Yes.
Can you tell us about it?
It just, we have a very intense set, and it was just an accident. I hit my head. I had some stitches, little liquid stitches. But the crazy part about that is the way I went to the hospital. The ambulance came to take me to the hospital. Can't tell this is.
Yeah, these are awesome.
Ambulance took me to the hospital, right? Did the stitches thing. Went back to base camp and then a driver in a van drove me to my apartment with another driver driving my Jeep behind us. So we leave set, we go up over a hill, and there's an 18-wheeler that had just crashed, jackknife, debris all over the road, and it was sort of in a ditch, so it was not totally on its side, but almost. And there was a little old lady, I'll never forget, with a ponytail in the middle of her head, which is really weird. But she was screaming, "He had a heart attack. He's pinned behind the wheel." So I jumped out of the van, I pulled the guy out of the truck, laid him down on the ground, and then an ambulance showed up, and the paramedic gets out of the ambulance, was running over, and he goes, "Did I just take you to the hospital?" I'm still covered in set fake blood. I have fake blood all over me, tons of dirt, and a brand new bandage. And so he's like, and I go, "Yeah, no, it's him. I think he's having a heart attack." And so he goes over and deals with the guy, and starts cutting his shirt off and stuff, and then other cars were stopping and kind of pointing at me and whispering, and so I was like, "Get back in the car, let's get out of here." So we got in the van and took off. That was the weirdest part of that day. It's just I fell and hit my head. It's like.
Okay, we got one last question. We'll go with the guy in the yellow striped shirt.
Does T-Dog get more lines in season 3?
Irony's dope. He's awesome. He will get. He's an awesome actor, so it's gonna come. Well, he's the man. Yeah.
What we're going to do is we're going to have the cast stand together so you can get a few group photos.